our topic is about information security maintenance. So, first of all, my name is Farhana Sabe and my partner is Nur Bangon. So, introduction. Organization should avoid overconfidence after implementation of improved of information security profile. So, organizational changes that may occur include new assets acquired, new vulnerabilities emerge, business priority shift, partnership form of dissolve, organizational divestiture and acquisition, employee hire and turnover. If a program doesn't adjust, may be necessary to begin cycle again. More expensive to re-engineer information security profile again and again. So, upon the successful implementation and testing of a new and improved security profile, an organization might feel more confident of the level of protection it is providing for its information assets. So, by the time the organization has completed implementing the changes mandated by an upgraded security program, a good deal of time has passed. So, in that time, everything that is dynamic in the organization environment has changed. Some of the factors that are likely to shift in the information security environment are new assets are acquired, new vulnerabilities associated with the new or existing assets emerge. So business priorities shift, new partnerships are formed, old partnerships dissolve, organizational divestiture and acquisition occur. Employees who are trained, educated, and made aware of the new policies, procedures, and technologies leave. So new personnel are hired, possibly creating new vulnerabilities. So if the program is not adjusting adequately to change, it may be necessary to begin the cycle again. It is less expensive and more effective when an information security program is designed and implemented to deal with change. So, security management models. These security management models are capable of managing activities and operations done in a security program. So, these security management models is kaya niyang i-manage yung mga activities at mga operation done in a security program. Also, these models allow an organization think of what they should do to provide a secure environment for itself and for their security program. So, also, pinapayagan ng models na to na pag-isipan ng organization kung ano yung kailangan nilang gawin to provide a security environment for itself at para sa kanilang security program. So, to assess the information security community, to manage and operate the ongoing security program, a management model must be adapted. In general, management models are frameworks that structure the task of managing a particular set of activities or business functions. So, the ISO network management models. 5-layer approach that provides a structure to administration and management of networks and systems, addresses management and operation through 5 areas, which is the fault management, configuration and change management, accounting management, performance management, and the security management. So, the first one is the fault management. Fault management, it is identifying, nag-recognize, tracking, yung sumusubaybay nag-track, and diagnosing, nag-analyze, yung sumusuri, and resolving, mulutas nag-solve ng sa mga fault ng isang system. So, fault management also applies to people and technology. Another aspect of fault management is monitoring and resolution of user complaints. Help desk personnel must be trained to recognize a security problem as distinct from other system problems. As the help desk personnel screen problems, they track the activities for resolving the complaint in help desk information system. So the next is the configuration and change management. Configuration management, administration of the configuration of security program components. So while the change management, administration of changes in strategy, operation, or components. So both configuration and change management administration involve non-technical as well as technical changes. So non-technical changes impact procedures and people, while the technical changes impact the technology implemented to support security efforts and the hardware, software, and data components. So each involve non-technical as well as technical changes. So the third is accounting management. Chargeback accounting enables organizations to internally charge for system use. So some resource usage is commonly tracked. So accounting management involves the monitoring of the use of a particular component of a system. So with accounting management, you begin to determine optimal plans of systems used as indicators for upgrade and improvement. So the fourth is the performance management. It is important to monitor performance of security systems and underlying IT infrastructure to determine if they are working effectively. Because many information security technical controls are implemented on common IT processors. So they are affected by the same factors as most computer-based technologies. So it is therefore important to monitor the performance of security systems. So kailangan talagang importante talagang ma-monitor yung performance ng isang security system. So last one is the security program management. So ISO 5 areas-based framework supports a structure management model by ensuring various areas are addressed. So once an information security program is functional, it must be operated and managed. So the ISO 5 areas framework that is currently being discussed is designed to support the structuring of a management model. However, it is focused on ensuring that various areas are addressed rather than guiding the actual conduct of management. Model of full maintenance program. Designed to focus organizational efforts on maintaining systems. Recommended maintenance model based on 5 subject areas. So a maintenance model is intended to complement the chosen management model and focus organizational efforts on maintenance. So this figure diagrams a full maintenance program and forms a framework for the discussion of maintenance that follows. One is external monitoring, internal monitoring, planning and risk assessment, vulnerability assessment, and remediation, readiness, and review. So first one is the monitoring external and internal environment. So monitoring the external environment. Objective to provide early awareness of new threats, threat agents, vulnerabilities, and attacks that is needed to mount an effective defense. So the objective of the external monitoring domain within the maintenance model is to provide the early awareness of new and emerging threats, threat agents, vulnerabilities, and attacks that is needed to mount an effective and timely defense. External monitoring entails collecting intelligence from data sources, and then giving that intelligence context and meaning for use by decision makers within the organization. So while the monitoring the internal environment, maintain and form awareness of state of organizations networks, systems defenses by maintaining inventory of IT infrastructure applications. So it is just as important to monitor the external environment as the internal environment. That is the internal computing environment. So the primary goal of the internal monitoring domain is to maintain and inform awareness of the state of all of the organization's networks, information systems, and information security defenses. Also, the role of IT governance. Primary value is increased awareness of the impact of change. So, the primary value of active engagement in an organization-wide IT governance process is the increased awareness of the impact of change. Awareness must be translated into description of risk that is caused by change through operational risk assessment. Awareness of change based on two primary activities within IT governance process architecture review boards. So, architecture review boards, many organizations have a group designated for them manage a technology planning, review, and approval process that coordinates the acquisition and adoption of new technologies. So the group directs the orderly introduction of change and information technology across the organization. So IT change control process. So most organizations of appreciable size have implemented one or more mechanisms to control change in the network, IT infrastructure, and IT application.
So this is the continuation of report of Ms. Farhana Sabe. So planning and security risk assessment. Primary objectives. Establishing a formal information security program review. So, ang primary objective ay pagtaguyod ng isang formal na pagsusuri sa programa ng seguridad ng isang impormasyon. Second is coordinating with IT project teams to introduce risk assessment and review for all IT projects. So, kailangan mag-coordinate tayo sa IT project teams upang introduce ang risk assessment para sa lahat ng IT projects. So, what is risk assessment? Based on my research, risk assessment is a careful examination of anything that may cause harm to you or others. Sa madaling salita, ang risk assessment ay isang maingat na pagsusuri sa anumang maaring maging sanhi ng pinsala sa iyo o sa iba. So, the aim is to prevent accident sa company or sa isang organization. It is carried out by identifying risk and using appropriate control measures to minimize or eliminate the risk. So, ang layunin ay upang maiwasan ang aksidente sa kumpanya o sa isang organisasyon. Isinasagawa ito sa pamamagitan ng pagkilala sa peligro at paggamit ng naangkop na mga hakbang sa pagkontrol upang mabawasan o matanggal ang mga peligro sa isang kumpanya. Vulnerability assessment and remediation. Primary goal is identification of specific documented vulnerabilities and their timely remediation, accomplished by tracking vulnerabilities form when they are identified. So, ang pangunahing layunin ay pagkilala ng tiyak dokumentadong mga kahinaan at ang kanilang napapanahong pagkaayos. So, vulnerability assessment, it refers to the process of defining, identifying, classifying, and prioritizing vulnerabilities that are specific to computer systems, applications, digital assets, and networks infrastructure. So, tumutukoy sa pagproseso ng pagtukoy, pagkilala, pag-uuri at pag-prioritize ng mga kahinaan na tukoy sa mga computer system, applications, digital assets, at mga network infrastructure. So next, readiness and review. Primary goal is to keep information security program functioning as designed and continuously improving. Accomplished by policy review, program review, and rehearsal. So, readiness review is a management method that may be used to evaluate such as activities, as processes, facilities, and other similar activities. So, ito ay isang pamamaraan ng pamamahala na maaaring magamit upang suriin ang mga naturang aktibidad tulad ng processes, facilities, at iba pang katulad na aktibidad. So, accomplished by policy review. So, policy review, why is it important to review policies and procedures? Kasi ang mga lumang patakaran ay maaaring hindi sumusunod sa mga bagong batas at regulasyon. So, program review is a process that evaluates the status, effectiveness, and progress of academic program and helps identify the future directions, needs, and priorities of those programs. And rehearsals. Digital forensics is used to document what happened during attack on assets, on how attack occurred. So, digital forensics ay ginagamit upang i-dokumento kung ano ang nangyari sa panahon ng pag-atake at sa pag-atake sa mga asset at kung paano nangyari ang pag-atake. So, digital forensics methodology. All investigation follows the same basic methodology. Acquire, seize the evidence without alteration or damage. Take steps to assure that the evidence is at every step verifiably authentic and is unchanged from the time it was seized. Analyze the data without the risking modification or unauthorized access. Report the findings to the proper authority. So, digital forensics methodology, ang lahat ng pagsisiyasat ay sumusunod sa parehong pangunahing pamamaraan. So, evidentiary procedures. Or organization should be develop specific procedures with guidance. So, ang organization ay dapat na bumuo ng mga tiyak na pamamaraan na may patnubay. For example, who may conduct an investigation and who is authorized in an investigation. What affidavit and search warrant related issues are required. The methodology to be followed. The final report format. So, summary. Maintenance of information security program is essential. Security management model assists in planning for ongoing operations It is necessary to monitor external and internal environment. Planning and risk assessment, essential parts of information security maintenance. Need to understand how vulnerability assessment and remediation tie into information security maintenance. Need to understand how to build readiness and review procedures into information security maintenance. Digital forensics and management of digital forensics function.